guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Michelle. If you're new, leave a comment below so we can connect, and yes, let's get right into the video. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I curl my short hair and some of the things that I had to change because I used to have really long hair. So tips with the way I curl it, sectioning, all that stuff we'll go over. I'm going to be using, I think this is just an inch curling iron, and I'm going to be using the clamp, which is something that I never did before, and I think this is a major thing that changed the way that I curled my hair. A few things before we go and section our hair and start curling. You're going to want to use a heat protectant. I have put dry shampoo in my hair before just so that I can get some grit to it because I did just wash it last night, so it'll be kind of slippery. After I curl my hair, I'm going to be using the dry texturizing spray and a hairspray. So I'm going to go in with the heat protectant. This is just like cream protectant. Probably only need like that much. Just going to go through and make sure that I get it all the way through my hair. Now that we've got our heat protectant in, we can go in and start sectioning our hair. So for the rest of the video, I'm just going to do a voiceover so the audio might sound a bit different. Also, if you find me looking over here, I'm just looking into my mirror because I'm not using a camera. As I mentioned in my last video, I'm using my phone. So I just have a mirror like right behind so I can see like what I look like in frame and making sure that I stay in frame while I film this. Alright, so I'm just going to section the hair from the ears down. Now with a short hairstyle and you are curling it, you want as little of sections as possible. My goal is about 4 to 5 maximum, because if you have too much, it creates too much volume and it will ultimately ruin the style. Also, make sure you are brushing out your hair just before you start curling it to make sure you don't have any tangles along the way. So for this hairstyle, I take about 1/2 inch strands and I'm going to be alternating the ways that I curl my hair. But for this specific girl, you want to start about halfway down the strand and then work your way up, let loose a bit, work your way up until you get the ends into the curling iron, and then let loose right away. You shouldn't be holding this for very long, maximum 10 seconds, and then just when you're unraveling, unravel the iron with the curl in the direction that the curl is going. If you are wanting a more undone kind of look, don't bring the ends all the way into the curling iron and leave them out a bit more like I just did in that exact curl. So when I do the face framers, I always do the curling iron away from my face just so that it keeps my hair out of my face and also just creates more of a framed look. I'm just going back through and getting any pieces that I missed. You're going to notice that I don't get every single strand. That's because the bottom layer usually falls for me, so I'm not too worried about making it perfect. I'm just speeding up the other side so you guys don't have to watch me do the same thing twice, but I wanted you to see the technique that I was using. This is probably going to be the largest section that you do, so take your time with this. As you can see, I did miss some spots, not on purpose, just because I couldn't really see in the mirror that I was looking in what exactly I was doing and where I was going, so that's why I missed a few pieces. But this is the thickest section. I didn't want to break it into 2 because then the curls would be laying on top of each other, creating more volume. I just wanted to kind of do them all like side by side. It's okay if your curls don't look the exact same as each other. This kind of gives the look a bit more texture. Another thing that you could do to create more texture within this look is alternate how high up the strand that you start to make the curl. Okay, for this next layer, I broke it up into 2 sections so that I can really perfect the top curls because they're the ones that are going to be showing the most. But that is totally up to you. I feel like it's kind of easier to do it this way. For this layer, I still alternate the iron in different directions for each curl, but on the very top layer, I stop alternating and I just go away from my face for the direction of the curl. So like I said before, just a disclaimer that I could not see directly in the camera what spots I was missing, so that's why there's a few loose pieces there, but it all comes together in the end anyways. For this top layer, just part your hair normally. I personally prefer to have a just off center part for this kind of look. I feel like it just kind of brings it all together. And for the very front pieces, I just leave them out till the very end so I can kind of do them at the same time and they set the same way as each other. Alright, and for these front pieces, I pull the hair directly up and back so that I get more of a lifted look and so that the hair doesn't fall directly in front of my face and kind of hide my face. It's going to all come together when we style it in the end. Also, don't worry about having clamp marks on your hair. If they're not too defined, they will eventually just fall out, so it's not a big deal. Now this is very important. Do not touch your hair for a good 10 to 15 minutes. Let your hair set and cool before you start messing with it. After my hair has cooled for a bit, I'm going to go through and finger comb it, just loosen up some of the curls. You can pull on them to make a more of a messy look. And then I'm just adding in some dry texturizing spray to give some hold and volume. So after messing with my hair a bit, I decided that I didn't really like how curly the ends were. So I'm just going in with my iron here and just pulling the ends a bit straighter. And that is it for this look. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. See you guys next week. Bye.